you know that that building was built to house veterans?
Yeah, they turned me down.
And they turned you down? Why did they turn you down?
Didn't say.
Yeah, some of the heartbreaking issues of veterans' homelessness and suicide are top of mind this Veterans Day. Let's bring in U.S. Air Force veteran Ben Trammell, VetCom founder and Marine Corps veteran Kate Monroe, along with Save Our Allies co-founder and Army Ranger Tim Kennedy. Thank you all for coming on. Kate, to you first. You saw the video there. We all worry about the suicide among military members. You worry about homelessness, and you worry about them not getting the care, the veterans' benefits that they deserve.
You know, as the CEO of vetcom.us, we have helped put almost $2 billion in veterans' pockets, and it never seems to be enough. That was me down on Skid Row on a mission to go figure out why are veterans homeless? Is there anything I can do about it? And really, what as a country can we do? And it comes down to thank you for your service isn't cutting it. It's got to be how can I help? And they need our help in this nation. It's
interesting, Ben Trammell, because I know you're heavily involved in pottery. You use that as a way to kind of soothe you, to take your mind off things. You're also taking care of a veteran with dementia. So you're taking on a lot, and you have a lot to deal with in the first place. What does this day mean to you, Ben?
Today is very important because it's so often overlooked. People don't really understand what Veterans Day, they get a day off from work or school, and maybe they think a few people who served, but it really doesn't impact, people the same way that it does for veterans. Veterans, it's super important. In fact, I had to quit a job one time because of the boss wouldn't let me off on Veterans Day. I wrote him a nice Veterans Day poem. Yeah. And it's very important to me, especially because I served in the military and I risked my life and it was injured in the process. And so when people spit in our faces and don't give the honor that's due, you're not just joining the military for for college money or whatnot. You're really risking your life when you join the military. And then when you come back, the government doesn't take care of you well enough. It's sad. I didn't get the help that I needed when I got out, and there's people who are doing great jobs, like Kate, to help bring light to that.
And that's part of the thing, Tim Kennedy, is you see so many veterans who are thriving. I mean, they are literally taking the world by storm.
Yeah, it's after World War II, those men stormed beaches and they climbed cliffs and they planted flags on top of mountains, declaring that we had victory. But then they came back and they built America as the mightiest country that has ever existed. And now here we are on the right side of the global war on terror. And I'm seeing the exact same thing. I'm seeing veterans starting to thrive. We also have to pay attention to those that are struggling. But, I looked at Jocko Willink, I looked at Evan Hafer, Matt Best, Sean Ryan, incredible veterans that are really paving the way for so many more to see success.
Yeah. Yeah, and I want to go through this quickly if I can to get you all one more chance. Kate Monroe, to you, you look at J.D. Vance, you look at the election. This is the first Marine to ever serve as a vice president of the United States. It's a big deal for you. It's a big deal for a lot of people. What's your thought on that?
Getting J.D. Vance in there is a big deal to all of us Marines, and especially on the Marine Corps birthday, we were all celebrating him. But he's going to be great for veterans, great for active duty military personnel. All of us. I stepped up and tried to run for Congress. Veterans, we never stop. I told my son I'm going to go into the grave as a Marine. We will always stand in the gap.
And Kate writes a book every week, so
I do.
That's part of the thing here. Wesley Hunn, he's a representative in Texas, a Republican. He's also flew Black Hawk helicopters. He flew one of them. Pardon if I got the wrong one here, Wesley. But here's what he had to say.
And I got to tell you, we live in a country that honors that day, that honors the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour, Armistice Day, which is a day in American history that will forever be remembered because of the greatness of this country and those that have been willing to serve and fight for her. So for me personally, this day means everything to me.
And for you personally, Ben?
It means a lot. I was actually injured in the military. I was hit in the back of the head, and I was captured. And on top of that, I was with the president on 9/11. Before that, I was the one who restored communications with the Pentagon after it was struck.
Wow.
I can tell you a lot of my story, but unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time for that.
No, but the sentiment is exactly what we're looking for. Yeah.
Absolutely. So veterans make the best leaders. I'm sorry, but business thrives when veterans step up.
That's right.
I founded two biotech companies, and hopefully J.D. Vance does something to help out with veteran founders, because there's not enough capital being given to veterans who are doing the best that they can to come back and storm this country.
What should we know, Tim? What do you want America to know about Veterans Day in 20 seconds?
Man, I think it's a celebration. It's an opportunity for us, of course, to celebrate Kate, the Marine's birthday. But more about all of the amazing sacrifice and selflessness that these men and women that have worn the uniform and have the flag on their shoulder, and all of the incredible work that they have done to make this the greatest country to ever exist, which we are, and we will continue to be. And I think that goes in a large part to our veterans.
Yeah, and bravo. Great statement. Tim Kennedy, Ben Trammell, Kate Monroe, thank you all.